Hey, awesome people. Welcome back. Mr. C here with you. We are continuing in our fractions series. Make sure if you learn anything new, click the like and subscribe button. Join us as we continue making math understandable and challenging. Today's video is going to be the practice problems video for comparing two fractions with different denominators. All right, again, this is the practice problem video for comparing two fractions with different denominators. If you missed the teaching video, it is in the description below. Check that out. Also in the description, you will find our 4th grade fractions playlist, including our 3rd grade playlist and the 2nd grade playlist. Check all of those out if you have not yet to catch up with us for today's video. Again, our video today is the practice problem video for comparing two fractions with different denominators. Let's get started. So I've got 3 problems for us in this practice problems video. Make sure you are ready to challenge yourself, be okay with making mistakes, have a growth mindset, use your mistakes to help you. The biggest thing is to slow down, all right? Take your time when working through these. Let's solve these correctly and really think through what we're doing here. So I've got two fractions on the screen, 5/8, 2/4. Feel free to pause me, then I'm going to jump right into the problem. Hopefully you tried this one out on your own. If not, follow along with me. So our first fraction and our second fraction here, we are going to show on these number lines. Okay, notice the number lines are the same length. You cannot compare fractions unless your models are the same size. So make sure you drew your model, your number line in this case, the same lengths. Okay, so I've got 5/8, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that up here. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to fix that real quick. Made it a little bit too far on my number line. So right here is where we have 8/8. So right here would be 8/8. We're looking for 5/8 though, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we would be right here on this number line. I will write it underneath it. There is 5/8. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing on our number line down here, except we are looking for 2/4. Let me change my colors. So we're looking for 2/4. So I need 4 equal sections. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to draw this in. So this is going to be 1. This is going to be 2. Color in where 2/4 is, and there is 2/4. So what are you noticing about these two fractions? What are you noticing about 5/8 and 2/4? The first thing I noticed, and I already pointed out, the number lines are the same length. That's really important. The second thing that I'm noticing, notice the sizes of these pieces. 1/4 is a lot bigger of a piece than 1/8. Remember, the bigger the denominator, the smaller each of your sections are. All right. But in this problem here, is 5/8 closer to 1 whole, or is 2/4 closer to 1 whole? Well, if you're looking at our number line here, that's pretty clear to me. 5/8 is going to be greater than 2/4. Remember, the alligator mouth eats whichever number is bigger. That's a way to remember it. How do we say this? We say it as 5/8 is greater than 2/4. If you made a mistake on this one, that is okay. Where did you make your mistake? Use your mistake for our next problem. All right, don't shut down. Use your mistake. Let's see if you can get this next one. So we've got our next problem here on the screen. We've got two new fractions. We've got 1/3 and we've got 2/6. Feel free to pause me, try this one on your own, and then we're going to do it together. All right, so let's try this problem out. We've got 1/3. I'm going to start with this number line first. Remember, I said in the teaching video, I'll say it again. Some of you have asked, can you use just one number line and put both fractions on one number line? Yes, you can. You can put both fractions on one number line. You can draw the top part up here, and then the second fraction you can draw down here. That's totally fine. The reason I don't do that though is because it will confuse me. When there's a lot of things going on like a picture or a model, my brain struggles to figure it all out. So I draw two different pictures, two different number lines to help me keep track of what is what, okay? Everybody sees math a little bit differently though. Feel free to give it a shot, all right? I'm gonna show 1/3 here on this number line. Let me set it up. So we've got 1, 2, and there would be 3 right here. So for 1/3, it's going to be right here. I will color in a dot. There's 1/3. All right, let's try 2/6. So 2/6 is going to be 1 right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we've got 6 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got to make sure I don't make a mistake there. There we go. So there is 2/6 right here. I will write it underneath this fraction. So what are y'all noticing on this problem? What do you notice about these two fractions? First off, notice our number lines are the same length. That's really important. So that's good. So we can compare these. Notice for the thirds, the pieces are a lot larger than the sixth. But notice if you have 2/6, 1, 2, then you have the same amount as 1/3. Both of these are equal because they're equal distance to 1, they're equal distance to 0. They are at the same spot on the number line. If they are at the same spot on the number line, then we can say that these two fractions are equal. So we would say this as 1/3 equals 2/6. How did you do on this one? Where was your mistake? Ask yourself that. If you made a mistake, where was it? If you can find your mistake, you are on the right track. Math is all about being able to find your mistakes. If you can find your mistakes, then you know where you made your mistake and you know how to fix it. And if you don't know where your mistake was, ask somebody, all right? Look at somebody sitting next to you. Ask mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, whoever your guardians are. Ask them, where am I making my mistake? All right? Rewatch me. See where you're making your mistake. Hey, maybe I'm making a mistake. If I'm making a mistake, let me know. All right, you'll see the ways you can contact me at the end of this video. Make sure you let me know if I'm making a mistake. All right, don't give up if you make a mistake. Stick with it. I got one more problem for us in this video. Last problem I have for you. Notice I have shrunk our number line down. You may say to yourself, Mr. C, can you use different size number lines? Because most of the number lines you've been using, Mr. C, are like really long. And you know what? I'm going to show you. You can use different size number lines. All right, that's the reason I drew this one kind of small. So feel free to pause me on this one. Give this one a shot on your own, and then I'm going to try it out with you. So here we go. We've got 1/2. We've got 2/8. I'm going to represent 1/2 on this number line. I love whenever I have a half because I just got to look for that midway point. So here is 1/2. Now we've got 2/8. So notice I've got a pretty small space here. So I'm going to have to draw these kind of small. Let's see if I can do it. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, that's not too bad, is it? So I've got 8 equal sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 of the 8, so I'm going to go 1, 2. Gonna color in my dot right here, and this is where 2/8 is located. Notice my number lines are the same length. Even though my number lines are really small, they're still the same length, and that's really important when we are talking about comparing any sort of fractions. You need your models to be the same size. So our number lines are the same size. 2/8, you know, it was kind of difficult to draw on here. The picture is really, really small. Remember, if this works for you, you can draw it like this. I like to draw them bigger because it helps me see it a little bit easier, but we all do it a little bit differently. As long as we get the correct answer, that is what we are trying to do. We may do it just a little different. So here is 1/2. I forgot to draw in my arrow for 1/2 here. I want you to be able to see this. There we go. Notice how much of a difference there is between 1/2 and an eighth. Do you see how small 1/8 is compared to 1/2? That's something I always like to point out. That's something that's really important to have a good number sense and understand that fractions, when their denominators get bigger, the pieces get smaller. Okay, so anybody know which of our comparison symbols needs to go in the middle here? Is 1/2 less than 2/8? Is 1/2 greater than 2/8? Or is 1/2 equal to 2/8? If we look at our number line, notice 1/2 is closer to 1 than 2/8 is, which would tell us that 1/2 is greater than 2/8. Again, if you made mistakes, rewatch this video. Try some on your own. That's the most important thing. Try a couple on your own. Get a whiteboard, pencil, paper, a napkin, whatever you've got. Make some more up for yourself. Keep on practicing them. Get to a point to where you feel very comfortable. You feel like you've mastered it. That is our goal. All right, keep working hard. Don't let mistakes beat you up. Stick with it. We have more comparing fractions with different denominators videos coming very soon. Keep an eye out on those. If you learned anything new today, make sure you click the like and subscribe button. Join us as we continue to make math understandable and challenging. That's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. C, out.